Hello, hello, hello. All right, looking good. Looking good. Quality. Quality. Highest quality. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. Elegant. Welcome, everyone. Ewok Templar. Diablo 4. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. It's a good day. It's a beautiful Sunday. Sunday fun day. Might talk less this stream because it's getting real. It's getting real. I'm getting it's rough. It's rough over here. I'm starting to have nightmares. I'm starting to have dreams about playing games at this point. Funny enough, none of them Diablo. None of them Diablo. It's getting rough. I'm just gonna hit it. I'm just gonna hit it real quick. I'll give you all an hour of, once again, Sakharine and her vacuum cleaner abilities. I'm having a good day, though. I've been having good days. Getting your sleep correct does miracles for you. It does. Another thing I think I told y'all on the quest to this world record, I also started working out more often. And for a few days I had to stop just because my wrists were hurt, but then I started back immediately for the past couple of days. And it's doing wonders. I have a lot of work to do, though. I have a lot of ground to cover. But it's okay. We'll make it. We'll make it. Through sheer determination and perseverance. Gonna get it done. How are my volumes? Hold on. Is my music too loud again? Oh, I forgot to unmute. That's why. My bad. Well, I like to have it muted just so like the intro can be a little clearer, you know? I like to mute the game audio. Keep it clean. Man, other than just hitting the good grind, I have been playing Standard more often just because I'm having fun with her. It's very random. Like, her attack speed greatly affects Standard is my rogue, by the way. My flurry rogue. In case you're new. But I find that her attack speed has to be just right in order for her to like be able to clear a dungeon real fast. Even though like flurry auto targets and you fly across, like you magnetize to the enemies. For some reason, like your attack speed like affects like the cycle, like the cycling, to where you can attack the next enemy. I think attack speed also affects the distance that you can track an enemy and auto target them. Because I swear, when I just lower my attack speed just a little bit, it changes like the beat, like the rhythm in which I can attack. To where I hit the trigger, I put it back to where it was. Because all I did was switch the bow for a crossbow, and that like a tiny percent, like literally like 0.1% of like the base attack speed changed, and I could feel it on my triggers. And it was enough to where it threw off my tempo completely. Because playing the flurry rogue really has like almost feels like a dance. Like it's sort of like a tap, like there's a beat to it. And just me changing my attack speed just a little bit changed the way it felt completely. Like I went from being able to do 11 dungeons in an hour to 10, and it was consistent enough to where I noticed it. Like not just in the long term, not in just an hour run, but like literally in combat. It felt like before when I had the bow equipped, as soon as I touched my trigger, I was magnetized. I could fly across the screen, like 15 yards, like in-game 15 yards. I would say is the distance that I would get. Now when I switched the crossbow, that tiny bit of a attack speed change, I swear it dropped to like 13 yards. And also, I would literally squeeze the trigger all the way down before she would actually be traveling to complete the attack run. Yeah, I swear, it was such a tiny difference that you could feel it. It felt like a big difference. could feel it on my triggers. Oh, I probably should have said something. I probably should. We were about 14.4 million away from leveling up. So, over the course of this hour, we should see it easily. If I had to guesstimate, we'll get either 11 or 12 keys done, and it'll be either 20 million or 21 million XP. Square business, square business. I had a weird dream last night. Like I said, I've been having more dreams about just playing games that aren't Diablo. And it started off as not in a video game, then it turned into one. It was weird. It was very like Gary's mod, like survival. I don't know if you ever saw those Gary mods where it's like the dude's just running away from the dinosaurs. It was like that. But instead of dinosaurs, it was like weather. It was like, what was that other game that Super Best Friends played? Something disaster. Total disaster. I can't even remember what it was called. But it's just natural disasters just kept happening. But for me, it was a storm. It was a rainstorm with tornadoes and stuff. Which I've had those dreams before, but this one was weird. Because usually it's big and wobbly, almost cartoon-like, while this one was more video game-like in like the way it looked. And I'd be leaping like a freak between the buildings. I was in a city. It was raining. It was raining hard. And there weren't any tornadoes yet. It was just windy and rainy. And I was running through this city. I remember I was at the mall with friends, and I said, I gotta go. And I left. I don't even remember who was there. I just remember having the feeling that I was with someone. And I was just running through the city. I don't know why I parked so far away from the mall. That's why I felt like I was in a video game, but I didn't. I knew it, but at the same time I was pretending like I did. Like I was really... What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? When you're like enthralled, immersed. I was really immersed. I was in the immersion juice. And I was doing the classic like Doom speed run, like sprint and jump over and over again through the rainy city. And I was running through these alleys, and I was just kept thinking to myself, why did I park so far away from where I was? The rain was getting worse and worse. And worse. Wetter and aggressive. And eventually, I found my car. I got in and started driving down the highway. Over the course, I don't know when this happened, but over the course, like all of a sudden, like there were these tornadoes, but they weren't like close. They were in the distance. And I decided to drive, but they were like following me. At least two of them. They weren't like big and scary, but they were dark and they were there. And I was just like, you know what? If I just drive fast, it'll be fine. And it was. It was rainy. The roads are very twisty and windy. Hold on, I already completed this one and now I'm just wandering around. I just getting a little too distracted. Oh man. Over the course, as I'm running away from those tornadoes, like it was a very dark, like black sky. And the tornadoes were black, and they were chasing me. But slowly, slow enough to where like I did not feel threatened. I didn't feel scared. It wasn't like a nightmare. It was like just a dream where weather was intense. And I'm driving, like I said, in my mind, it's like I knew it was a game and I knew there was no danger, but at the same time, like it was like a time attack. I was like, all right, let's see how fast I can do this. So I'm just trying to escape these tornadoes, right? And it's easy. They're pulling away, but slowly the sky started to actually like lighten up and the rain started to get lighter. And what was like a black sky turned into more like a gloomy sky, like a gray, like someone had taken a comforter and threw it over the whole sky. You know what I mean? That lovely sort of, oh, it's a light drizzle today. It was moody. Moody. It was almost like the Lofi background, except, you know, grayish. But it was just like a light rain. But for some reason, the tornadoes changed into like lightning bolts, and they were getting closer. Even though the weather had lightened up, all of a sudden now it was getting like aggressive in a different way. So there I am, dodging the lightning bolts. They're getting close, smacking next to my car. Over the course, I don't know how or when this happened, but as I'm traveling down this lumpy highway, this like very hilly highway, going ups and downs, lefts and rights, but it wasn't like sharp turns. It was like one road, but it was like winding. You know what I mean? Winding over hills and valleys. Wasn't very city-like. It was a highway. It was multi-lane, but it was definitely out there in the boonies, because I didn't see a lot on the side of the road. A couple of billboards, maybe every now and then we'd pass by a gas station or something. And it was definitely, but it was out there. It was one of those, like, there's no, what's it called? There's no side road, you know what I mean? The on-ramps and the off-ramps just go directly to being off and on. There's no, like, side road following the highway. And I'm dodging these lightning bolts in my car, but over the course, I keep on trying to say this, but I keep on going off to describe something else, my bad. But randomly, at some point, I don't know when it happened, my car turned into a motorcycle. And I'm still like dodging the lightning bolts, but then like the lightning bolts slowly start to change into lasers from like space lasers. And strangely enough, the weather once again got even more tame. Started to get like almost to where there was no rain, and the sky was like yellow as if it was like a sunrise. But now the lasers were getting closer. Like my vehicle's taking damage. My motorcycle is getting zapped by lasers every now and then. I'm still just driving like it's a time attack. Like, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna get this. And then at some point, I lose control. I fly off the highway. I go into a dirt ditch and I'm aimed the wrong direction. And somehow the lasers know this, because now they're like right above me and I can see like the targeting. Laser, kind of like the beam of no, not the beam of condemnation. More like the Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War, where I see like the targeting lasers coming in, like, because now it's charging up to really hit me. And I'm like, oh man. So I just say I'm gonna freeball it, because I know where the end is. I know where the end of the map is. The end of the board, the end of the stage, whatever you want to call it. So I just hammer the gas and I spin out a little bit in the ditch, and I just start going through the woods because I know where I'm going now. And there's like this little creek. I ford through the water. I just ford it because it was like that shallow. I just blast right through it. And then like I jump through these there's a couple of trees that go in between, and I jump over this hill, and there's like this waypoint by this barn, and I see the dirt road I was supposed to take, but instead I ignore it. I blast through a fence. I blast through a wooden fence and I go to the waypoint, and I'm like, yeah, I beat it. And like it actually tells me my time, and it was like 1:30.48, something like that. And I was like, all right, minute and a half. Great. Didn't beat the record. I don't know what the record was, but I know that I knew that I didn't beat it. And I was looking at it. And then I woke up and I was like, just made me feel weird. I don't know how to describe it. I felt satisfied, but at the same time I was like, what the hell was I doing? There was too many things happening. I felt like I was playing, what's that one game where you're like running away or trying to do like a run through a bunch of traps in vehicles? I forgot what it was called. Reminded me of that, but it was weather. Once again, this stream wasn't funny or interesting. Some people are wondering why I feel the need to tell you about this. I don't know. I like to talk about it. I like to get it out. I'm trying to keep you in it. I like to ask the questions of what does this mean? What is going through my mind while these things are happening? What's my brain's motivation? Come over here, trying to set a world record on Diablo 4 for some mysterious reason. Some nefarious reason. And then you have dreams about cars turning into motorcycles. That seems to be a reoccurring theme. Now that I think about it. I've had several dreams where there's a vehicle that turns into another vehicle for absolutely no reason. Now that I've stopped to think about it. What is up with that? Is that like from the GTA Transformers series? Is that the puff of smoke and now you're in a plane? But for me, it's always like an AI video to where like you're looking at something, then you look away for a second, and you look back, and it's something else. Like that's the way it is. It doesn't transition smooth. It transitions so smoothly, it's awkward. It's like staggering. That's not the word I'm looking for, though. Off-putting? No. Not shocking. That's too intense. It's like a little jolt. It like throws you off, basically. But then you just ignore it and you keep on going. By the way, they have this cool Dark Ages reliquary out for Diablo 4. I already unlocked everything within the first day. It's kind of crazy. Halfway tempted to see how many. If you see, every time you kill an elite, you get like one. Excuse me, sorry. Dark currency for that reliquary. And I got like over 300 of them within the first day, so I unlocked everything. So we might as well check, see where we're at, see what we're cooking with. Oh man. Oh man, I'm about to level up. I might be happening faster than I thought it would. And again, sometimes certain people, certain keys and certain people, certain characters, I swear you get more XP. Then again, it's also the little world events. The more little world events you get, the ones where you have to stop there and complete it, and you get like 200,000 XP. Like those are the real bread and butter, man. I did have a nightmare recently, but it was one of those weird sort of... It's not a nightmare until like at the very end, and then it's just like nothing happens. It's the implication that something could happen. You know what I mean? It was just one of those, it was more of a stress dream nightmare. Because I was at a wooden, it was very weird, because the only person, not even a person, the only thing that was with me was my old pet, my cat. From like years ago, like the family cat. From when I was like in my teenage years. And I think it passed away in my early 20s. It's a black cat we had named Cleopatra. She was there, and it was weird because I was in this cottage, and it was like a very lovely, like, fantasy cottage. You know what I mean? Like something straight out of Fable. Talking, everything's made of wood. There's like lots of potted plants, mostly flowers, and like planters by windows and stuff. And I'm just sort of hanging out on the patio, overlooking the land. Just sort of there. Almost like a Sword Art Online MMO, like my reward, my homestead. Like it was so cute and tiny. You know what I mean? There was like sliced bread and fruit in a bowl on the kitchen table. Kitchen table was small, round wooden table. And I'm on the patio, you know, in like a rocking chair, just looking out over the grassy hills. In the distance, there's a cliff edge over the sea that I can see. And I'm just staring out there, and my cat, Cleopatra, she comes up to me. She's a black cat. All black. But the kind of black cats where, like, when she bathes in the sunlight, she has, like, a brown glow to her. It's like her fur is like a very, very dark brown, but you can only see it when the light's bouncing around in between the furs. But any other time you look at it, it's just a solid black cat. She comes up to me. She's bothering me. Trying to get my attention. Almost like Lassie trying to get me to follow her. I was like, I'm looking at her like, what is it? What? And I remember saying this out loud, and it was so weird. I was like, isn't it an adventure? You sense something? Something's going on?
I beg you.
And she's like, yeah. And so I follow her through the cottage to the bedroom. And wouldn't you know it, there's like this weird portal that opened up. It was like made of like concrete and rectangular, but it was small. It was like, you have to like, if I had to say how tall it was probably like 4 feet tall. So you have to like crouch down. You have to like walk on your, like in a crouched position to be able to walk through it. And I saw it, and she's like leading me to it. And I'm like, oh man, we got something. This definitely wasn't here before. You know? And it was elongated and weird because like it's a portal, but it's like a gateway, you know what I mean? Like you can see into it and it's a different place altogether. And it was all like gray, dark with like that Matrix. Not Matrix, no, but like a blue filter when you look into it. Kind of like the Upside Down from like Stranger Things. It's got like that greenish blue filter when you look through it. And it was coming out of the wall. It was level to the ground though. But it was coming out to the wall like, and it made it about like halfway into the room. Like that's how long it was. Stretching out from the wall. So I look at it and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna gear up before I go into this thing. There's no way I'm just gonna walk into this and just hope for the best. So I go around the cottage and I gather some supplies, but it's weird. I don't gather a lot, but they're very specific. I grab my keys, which are like my house key and my car key that I never saw, but there was like a car key and house keys on it. But I don't lock anything, I just grab them. I was like, I'll grab my keys just in case. But I also grab a knife, a flashlight, and a 12 gauge shotgun. Which I don't remember grabbing any extra ammo. Which is fun. I was like, if I had to guess, I put 4 shells into it, then put 2 shells in my pocket, and that's all I had. And I was like, that should be good enough. I don't know why. In retrospect, in the dream I said, I'll be alright. I hit 6 shots. I mean, I don't know. Maybe because it was a small one, I thought this was gonna be like a short adventure. Like maybe in my mind I said to myself, it's gonna be go in and out, 20-minute adventure tops. There might be one singular enemy in there. And then, so I go back to the hole after I gathered these 4 things. Shotgun, flashlight, knife, keys. That's apparently in my mind all that I thought to bring. So I crouch down and I'm looking at this tunnel. Then I look around and I call out for Cleo. But I don't hear her or see her. So I'm like, I assume I was gonna wait for her, but then like I went to in my head, I was like, I don't hear anything, but I'm gonna assume she already went in and maybe she's already in there doing the adventure without me. So I'm like, alright, whatever. I crouch down and I start entering this portal and I say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But as I say nothing gained is when I enter the portal. So I don't say nothing gained until I'm actually all the way inside, and it down pitches. My own voice down pitches extremely to where it's like nothing ventured. Then as soon as I'm in the portal, I hear nothing gained. And then like I stop and realize that it's my own voice that is extremely down pitched. And I say, uh-oh. Because I hear it, I'm like, uh-oh. When I hear it, I say it in that super down-pitched tone. And because then, like, as I enter this tiny concrete hallway, which, like, it just goes about maybe 4 feet in front of me before it makes a 90-degree turn to the left, and I can't see around the corner because it's all concrete. And there's, like, a few cobwebs, but it's all just, like, it's all just a gray, blue abadiabanda color. And I hear a bell, like a deep bell, a deep toned bell, as soon as I enter, like, boom. And that's when I wake up. And I'm like, I was disappointed, but at the same time, happy to wake up. I was like, oh, good. Because as soon as I entered there and I heard the sounds and then I heard my voice down pitch, I said to myself, this is the kind of mission where I don't get to leave until it's complete. I was like, I'm going to turn around, and the thing that's going to creep me out the most is I know for a fact, I can feel it, that I'm going to turn around and look behind me and there's going to be nothing there. Like, from where the portal where I entered, it's going to be a flat concrete wall. So I was like, so this is a kind of do if you don't if you do. I don't even know what I'm saying. That's not a phrase. Like, you got to do it. Basically, you're in it now. You have to complete it, kind of mission. There's no going back. And I suddenly, after gathering those things, and I was in there, I felt super unprepared. I was like, I could feel a feeling in my gut that said, I can still do this, but I feel like I should have grabbed more before I came in here. I'm the kind of guy to where I like to be a little bit over-prepared, you know? I'd rather have some extra gear. I don't know if you saw me playing through Fallout, but I made sure to have way too much ammo all of the time. All right? And that's my style. But at the same time, I was like, this is creepy, but I have a weird feeling that it's still just gonna be only one enemy. And all I gotta do is get a couple of clean shots and we'll be good. And then I can grab the loot and get out. But at the same time, it was still super creepy. Creeped me out, was not disappointed that I woke up instantly right after that. Because not only was it a confined space, it was dark, and I did not like the sound. All of the sounds changing really got to me. It was very back rooms, and also there was no elbow room. Like, I was just gonna be crawling through this dark tunnel, searching for my cat, hoping that I can do this all in one go. It felt game-like, but also felt like super serious. Like, if I messed up, it's gonna be bad. And I wasn't gonna have a good time. But as soon as I entered that portal, I was like, the feeling I felt was, oh, regret. I regret coming in here now. If I knew it was gonna be like this, I would have skipped this mission. I would have told the cat, you know what, let's just wait for this one to go away. If anything comes out of it, we'll deal with it. But let's not go in. I went in, though, and I was so happy to wake up because that was the kind of weird stress dream where I woke up with like a cold sweat, and I was like, ah. I was like, oh, it's over. I'm sure whatever it was, I shot it, but still, not a good time. Did not feel like a good time at all. It did not. I was super optimistic. That was like 20-minute adventure tops, but as soon as I entered that portal, I was like, oh no. Oh. This is gonna take a minute, and it's gonna creep me out and freak me out the whole time. So I was super glad. So happy to wake up and be like, oh good, mission complete. I have no questions about what was in that tunnel. I am satisfied. I'm good. That mystery, it can remain a mystery to me. I didn't even speculate of what could be in there as an enemy. I just said, I probably defeated it. It's fine. Whatever version of me that was playing that game and dealing with that, I'm sure he was fine. He got very nervous, I admit. He got stressed as soon as he heard that bell and heard his voice change. But I'm confident he handled it just fine. It was fun. I could walk it off. I don't know if we're making good time. I mean, actually, no, we're doing all right. I forgot that we were behind on that one. Yeah, let me go ahead and hit my potions now so that I'm better. I'm more correct with time. My potions improve. But yeah, mostly it's just been grinding and watching body cam videos of police do their works. I keep on thinking to myself, dude, did a sovereign citizen ever get away with it? Did the court ever go, you know what, whatever, fine. Drive where you want to while yelling things at us. Did that ever work? Oh, there's my 290. Yay! Soon the world record will be ours. And I will be stronger than either of us before. Or something like that. I can finally do the worst playthrough ever. Do the dumbest playthrough ever. The dumbest Let's Play ever. Max level campaign Diablo 4. We can finally get it under the belt. I wonder how many episodes it would be. If I make each episode an hour, I wonder if I can get an act done in each hour. Like, would it be only like 3 or 4 episodes? I don't know. A lot of work, a lot of days work to make only a 4-episode series of the base campaign of Diablo 4. But it's a world record nonetheless. I don't even know. I used to know. Now I know more. Now I'm just somebody that I used to know. I've evolved. I know. You guys have dreams? Ambitions? Records? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. That comments is bad, by the way. Ewok Templar. I fought and the earth moves. That's who I am. Oh yeah, I found more legendaries like that. I think they were added with the update. They look pretty interesting. And what's interesting about them is that so far the new ones that I found are not class-based. I found a dagger, a pair of pants, and I found these gloves. Deny. They all look okay. The gloves look interesting because they have this new thing called Weekend. I don't know who to try them out with. Because it's like, distant enemies become vulnerable, then close enemies become weakened. And then it's like, enemies that are both weakened and vulnerable, you could do like 30%, like it's like 10 to 30% more damage depending on how good the gloves are. So, you know what I mean? That's one of the random effects. It's legendary random effect. And it's cool, but at the same time, like, who do I work this with? I might look them up later, see who I can work them with. I'm trying to find another pair of the boots, because the boots actually look interesting. I forget what they do, but they have a new design to them that I'm super interested in. Alright, we already cleared all that. Let's go. I got the weird wing cross on me. I was gonna try out those gloves with my rogue, the weakened and vulnerable, but she has Azarath and it's already doing the vulnerable thing. And her glove, her build isn't like super attached to the gloves, but it is one of the few things that she can enchant and put a combat aspect on. So I'm like trying to figure out what I could swap out, because you have the big ones, you have the two flurry ones, the one that makes to where there's a chance to stun and the damage is increased, and then there's the other one where I really like, where it's like now your flurry does damage in a circle. So those are important. I forgot what I have on my gloves and the other ring. Those are only the other two. Well, there's also the amulet. I could put another combat one on, but there's already a resource combat one on it. It's like the one that's like super good with the rogue, and it combos with her helmet very well as well. Like that helmet she has is made for her flurry build. And I think I explained it last time I was playing her, to where it stacks with that other aspect that's on the amulet, to where any attack that like uses health points to be cast rather than essence. Well, it's not essence she has. I think she has energy. Yeah, that uses energy. And uses, no, it doesn't use energy, but uses health. It uses the sacrificed health to do its thing. It's like a 200 and something % in damage increase when those two combine together. Kind of ridiculous. No. Yeah, she's not hitting as hard as this Necromancer though, which can randomly just do 1,000,000 damage to a guy just because they step into the circle, and it's not even a critical. It's not even a critical hit. They just get too close to her, and the amount of darkness damage they take is. Dude, that guy critted for 1.8 million. I'm not even using my abilities right now. I could be. I'm not even making more dead bodies with Sever like this.
Bless you.
I think I talked about last time that I can just drop my curse and that makes them explode too. I can just send them to the Shadow Realm. Literally, instantly. What is this? The Death Tones? Oh, what was I talking about? I kind of drifted off a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. Record setting. I don't know if I'll touch Lazul today. I might just go off. I want to, but at the same time, we've entered a point now to where the grind is very real. And if I could get another 6 hours done today, that'd be very advantageous for me. might touch him just a little bit. Maybe we'll do one dungeon, because I did increase his movement speed recently. And his lucky hit chance. And I haven't been playing them at all. Last time I played them was like 2 days ago on the last stream. I might touch him just a little bit, because now I'm thinking like, we're so close to the end and it takes so much grinding now. But the only way I'm going to do it before the update comes out is if I hammer it out. I gotta put my work into it. Just like we prophesized all those years ago. We like to have fun around here. Oh my god, excuse me, sorry. My apologies, all my... listen to this instead.
Yeah,
that was right into the microphone, my bad everyone. I like how I told everyone I'm probably gonna talk less this stream, and then I spent the first like 40 minutes just yapping like I usually do. Just straight yapping. But you know, this is my time. This is for me. Yeah, I'm coming. Clarity is coming to me. What's the name of that one band? I'm trying to remember it. There was this one band that we listened to back in the early 2000s. Like maybe, like not that. It was long ago. It's long ago. Because if I was like 25 and 26 years old, that was like a decade ago. So 10 years ago. So back in, literally right before Harambe, there was this one band that showed up that we were listening to a lot of. I can't remember who they were. It wasn't X-Toll. I discovered X-Toll because of my father, because he was watching their awards show for music, and they were like new metal band with that won the award was X-Toll. And he was like, he never heard of them, and neither did I. So we were like, he was like, have you heard of these? Because I didn't watch their award show. He was like, heard of X-Toll? And I was like, no. He's like, these are the guys that won our award for their song. And then neither of us have heard of them ever. And I actually listened to the song. I was like, yeah, it was okay. I forgot what the name of that song was as well. I remember it starts off, it's kind of a weird song, it's kind of good. Because he's actually like singing like 90% of the time, not like what you'd expect in metal. He's like, hear these words, my soft voice speaks only truth. I'm kind of paraphrasing and speeding it up. But it freaked me out. And I was like, it was a good song, but at the same time, why I've never heard of them? They just showed up out of nowhere. You know, like, and the award goes to X-Toll, and I was like, who the hell is that? I didn't watch the award show. I had no idea. I don't watch award shows. I stopped doing that when I was like a preteen, because I was just sort of there hanging out with my family, and they were watching it. I've never watched any award show with like curiosity. I was like, I wonder who's gonna win this year. Never, ever, never cared, never bothered. When people I liked won, and I found out about it, of course I was like, good for them. Good for them. They deserve their accolades. Although I probably wasn't that articulate when I was younger, but still, that was the feeling. That was the feeling I had. You know? But that's not even the band I'm trying to remember. I want to say they had this one song called like Come Clarity. And for the life of me, I can like hear a bit of the song. I could not replicate it if I wanted to. And that's what pisses me off even more. Is I can close my eyes and I can hear the song. but I cannot remember the name of the band at all. And it was around that time when we were listening to a lot of like Tool and A Perfect Circle and Gojira, and we were like just started playing a lot of Magic the Gathering, and I can hear that band as well and hear that song, and I know that they had a few songs that I liked, and I can't remember. This is like, I don't know how to describe it, man. But I remember they had a song called Come Clarity, and I haven't looked it up yet. I've actually like scoured just because I'm trying to remember on my own, because it's like right there. Tip of my tongue. And I remember like I learned about this band around the same time that I learned about X-Toll, but I don't really listen to X-Toll. It's like they had that one song that I like, and then I listened to the rest of those songs, and I'm like, eh. And I never went back except to that one song. But this band is a different band, and I actually listened to several of their songs, but I can't remember their name. But I remember X-Toll for some reason, even though I only liked like one of their songs. Hold on, sorry. I was adjusting my earbud. Okay. I did not realize until now of how much like Mother's Blessing was helping us. We were doing like 31 million to 37 million, but for some reason the Lunar Festival with those shrines, those are the big buffs, those are the big jumps. We were making, Decima was making 47 million, like, consistently. 47 million XP. And I remember I made 50 million XP one time when I really got it lucky with how, or like, the way combat flowed for her. Because now, yeah, I'm grinding every day, and like, every run I do for an hour, doesn't even matter which character it is about 21 to 24 million. Most of the time, for Decima, it's about 23 million, and I'm getting in like anywhere from 12 to 15 dungeons. But, yeah. MLG, Pro Pro, like, comments, subscribe. What can I say? And I get that's character, I guess. Oh god, I'm full of obols. I just used them all too. Trying to get another one of those boots to roll so I can at least get the cosmetic. Can't do it. Can't get that boot to drop. Like, I'm happy they added new unique legendaries, but for some reason they made them more rare than the unique legendaries that were already in the game. I really hope they add more stash slots soon, because I know they added like 1 or 2 last time, like slots, like what's it called, pages. But in my opinion, it's still not enough. Especially when you have a max of 14 characters.
I won't last on my own. Is there no end?
And we haven't even touched seasonal servers or the hardcore servers at all yet. And I'm already like entranced and I have the desire to make several different builds and have them on the ready for deployment. And I'm even in the wheelhouse of having a desire to buy the DLC now, because I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to see these extended lands in the Vessel of Hatred. Because I wouldn't mind going back to like the swamps of Karast. I believe that's one of the places you go to. I miss the meandering river of darkness and poison.
Thank you, Wanderer.
Excuse me.
Without you, I'd be dead. Think I can manage from here?
It is what it is and it ain't what it ain't, I guess. But I mean, I find it all highly interesting myself. I'm not one of those weak-minded guys who's always needs something big and next. They just like, rather than like, I want to be kind of the weak-minded individual who thinks everything's boring just because someone told them to think it's that way, and they just say it over and over again. You know, I'd rather be more open-minded than just be like a follower, like a mindless, like nutcracker just marching in. This is boring because it's not the new thing. It's not this thing, it's not that thing. I only listen to people who tell me what things are boring because they're boring. And it's like, oh my god, dude, grow up. Like what you like and don't like what you don't like. It's not like, it's just this constant barrage of your opinion. It's like, it comes off as childish and weird and weak to me. Because it's like, but then they spend all day laughing at dick and fart jokes. And it's like super convenient for you to call everything boring, but then you literally do nothing. You just sit there consuming everything. It's like, dude, you need a new hobby then. Because I think it's more boring is being the kind of guy who just sits around talking about how everything's boring. That makes you boring. So you want to be interesting? Do stuff. Go out there. Take some risks. Take some chances, man. Me? I just think I'm more easygoing, you know? I actually, like, the grinding, it takes a while. It's eating a lot, but oddly enough, doing this has made me like Diablo 4 even more than when I first started playing. Like, actually giving it a chance, I feel like, is a problem that people run into. Because at first, I just had the sorcerer, and I made the several sorcerers like, well, I'm gonna try each build out. I wasn't thinking organically, I was thinking more structured. Like in a box, like stacking blocks kind of way of thinking. Well, now, afterwards, I was like, you know what, I don't have to have a separate character for each build. I could just have a set of items for each build and just move my points around, especially since they updated it to where you can save your builds now with the armory save thing. So you can have one character and do all three different types of builds, or have several different builds, because like, when I first started playing, I was thinking, I wanted to make Decima and on all three elements, mastery build, focusing on Blizzard, Meteor, and Firewall, so that I could have the most area of effect, you know what I mean? And then later on, thank God they added the armory thing, because the way I was thinking, you know, there were some classes where I'd only have one character and I wouldn't be able to like explore all the avenues. But now that's not totally necessary. You can just, you know, move your items around and move your points around. Biggest thing that bothers me about it though is the Paragon board. I wish there was a way you could like go all the way to the thing you want, and if you have enough points, it auto selects the things, and then like maybe you could like drag and pull your points around, kind of like MS Paint when you're like doing like making a point line. You know what I mean? Because I find like having to start all over for a different build and moving all your Paragon boards around is the most time-consuming part about any like trying out a different build. Which thank God they did the armory thing, so you don't have to like, you just have to do it once really, and then you can just move your board and points around a little bit if you want to try something else. But man, you gotta pull those points around. You gotta stand, like, I swear, even if I have an like idea in mind of what I want to go for, it takes me like 20 minutes to just set up all 4 of those boards with all the points set up. I think they're better now. Paragon boards I think are definitely better now, because I don't know how I haven't made it to the point where we're leveling up glyphs. I know that's a thing that happens later on. But now the percentages I think are better. Because before, the 1%, 2% difference here and there, it was like so small that you'd put all these points in and it'd be like, you put all those points in, you have like a 3% increase or critical chance. And I was like, wow, that took a long time for very little, but I guess that is the end game. You gotta do something with those levels. That was before, though. That was back when max Paragon level was like level 50, and I think like, I can't even remember the max number of boards you could have. I forget. Alright, you can probably do one more. Well, thank God my potential's coming to fruition.
We got separated. My friends were cut down. I won't last on my own. I can't take any more.
Why, sure you could. You could take a few more. We could really get it. We could go for it. The hell?
Thank you, Wanderer. Without you, I'd be dead. I think I can manage from here.
Diseased watering hole. You know, I'm something of a diseased watering hole myself. Wait a minute. That joke was at my expense. Flawless. We got this. We're on the edge. The scoops are real. And we already reached 290, so we're square. Still trips me out that these guys could take 2 million damage just from walking into my Coelicoid Calcos. Take it. You've heard of getting your wig split, but exploding from the inside out because of darkness juice? What does that even look like? Looks like this. Very weird. Kind of reminds me of the Death Eaters in Harry Potter when they just fly around as just black ghostly farts that slam into buildings and explode. What was up with that, by the way? Wasn't it a bookstore? Why did it just... Was it books on kerosene? Because it didn't make any sense now that I think about it. Also, what did that bookstore do to them? Huh. I just... Curiouser and curiouser. Man, those Death Readers must hate reading, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's their character. that's their character, yeah. None of them have a good heart, though. That's the thing. You gotta remember. Those Death Eaters, they're a bit odd, but they all have bad hearts. Curiouser and curiouser, I say. Alright. That was a solid run. You know what? I said I'd touch the Pusazul just a little bit, and we will. We will. Leave now. Sakharine is fine down there in the deep dang dark. I changed everyone's outfits just a little bit. Celebrating the Doom, the Dark Ages Doom reliquary. As you can see, I unlocked the Cyber Demon head. I unlocked it all. I even made an outfit for Decima that matches the Cyber Demon head. Really doing a whole lot of everything. Hold on, look at the Pusazul now. How you like that? He's got a green Abadiabanda thing going on. Alright, what are we gonna do? Who are we gonna touch? Who will we grace with our presence? I did all 3 of those. The Maulwood? I don't want to do Maulwood, man. Maulwood's a sucker. I have a lot to do. The Forbidden City. 'Tis a hidden city. Should we do that one? Should come down here and do the ice? I'm not level... I need to get level 40 so we can start doing the strongholds. There's only one way I'm going to be able to do that. We have to capture this one. We'll capture that, and then, you know what? Not the tunnels. I'll do the Grand Hold, though. Alright, the Grand Hold's alright. It's crypt-like. I think. Or it's actually like fortress-like and crypt-like. It's a combination. I can't remember completely. I think it's one of the ones that's on fire. Blood! Alright. We have our boys with us. Now, if you remember, we're kind of doing a blood thing here with blood lance and blood orbs and blood mist, so we can do free corpse explosions and gain our health back whenever things look dire. And this combo's working so well that we're only level 24, but we're already on expert difficulty, just sort of wandering around giving people the business. No! Let my people go, Blood Clan members. You guys are Blood Clan members. Why aren't you on my side? I have a blood thing going on. I seem to know what's cool. Bone Boys know what's cool, and they've always been on the ball. Oh my god. Forgot I had a bunch of aspects added to the Bloodlands, and now it's become like this weird blood mega barrage. Madam Web. See into the blood future. I have a gnarly gas bubble building up. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Think about it. Society. We live in it. Let me in. Learn to love the blood. We are born by the blood. In the blood. Touched on by the blood. Aggressively groped by it. The blood does things to me. I like the glow, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture of it. Hey, let them in. They're with me. Missed. Feel the bass drop. Ha! Oh my god, they're everywhere. Missed. Level 25. Uh-oh. Golems. Should Lapus Lazul golem it up? No, it takes up a spell slot, I forgot. Now, if it was like part of the normal summoning thing, you know what I mean? then it'd be fine, but it takes up a spell slot, man. Which, I know, for my build, maybe we don't need it. Maybe we don't need the Blood Pulse. And then we can invest out more of those points into, like, the build itself, and the little things that stack with everything else, but... I like it. I like having the variety. Uh-oh, there's the Butcher again. Get him, Bone Boys. You know what? We can use these guys to our advantage. We need more bodies on the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor, like so, and now, blood. No! Quickly! Dance, magic, dance! Alright. God, he's tough. Alright, I should save my blood mist for when he goes all wild on me with his hook hands. Guys, I'm gonna need y'all to focus now. Kill him! Blood mist! You fool! My God, he's angry. I need a pillar. I need a small pillar. Get him, boys. Get him. Don't let him kill me. Oh my God. We need more little dudes. We need more fodder for the fire. Blood mist. I gotta save my blood mist. I gotta use the pillar tactic. I have to. He's too good. He's too strong. Alright, I'm getting blood orbs. I'm getting blood orbs. If I can just keep doing this, I can use the blood orbs to keep me alive. Hit him, boys. Take his souls. Consume his Sukiku. So I can't let him stun me. The Bone Boys can absorb the stunnings. You've gotten angrier since last time. They defeated you one time last time, now you're gonna make a big deal about it. There. It's done. His evil is done. Oh my God. Well, that is the complete opposite of boring. That is exciting. Only the weak-minded will think it was boring. This channel is for the hard and the strong, not the soft and the weak. Born of the blood by the blood. We're defeating butchers left and right just by walking around. I mean, not left and right, but still, we got another one. They think they're so cool with their butcheriness. Little they know, Lapus Lazuli comes from a long line of liches and warlocks and sorcerers. And this time, instead of being blue, he's a deep sage. He's using what he's learned from the blueness to add it to the new wisdom of the greenness. They say if it bleeds, you can kill it. But if you make it bleed with your own blood as a weapon, now you're doing something special. Because even if it couldn't bleed, now you can kill it. Because now you're making it bleed your blood. Because your blood's a weapon. And now it is bleeding, even though before it couldn't bleed. You're defying its nature. You find something that can't bleed, and you think it can't die, then kill it with blood. Because now it's bleeding your blood, and it's dead. It's so fast. That's just math right there. That's just high science. That's just high food name science. Great, play out. We'll get this extra XP over here hiding in these corners. Cool. Born of the blood, remember that. Alright, we're doing alright. Bamboo shoots. Colombian drug lords. Alright, let's go talk to this guy. He looks like he's doing fire stuff. That's right. I can slowly make circles around you while touching you inappropriately. You want to call the flames? My blood puts out your flames. It's a weird firefighter to be sure, but it's a good one. Could you imagine vampiric firefighters putting out fires with blood? That'd be quite smelly and weird, but it could totally happen. Society's weird that way. Well, we live in a society. Clown penis. Ah, oh. An upgrade, a fine addition to my collection. Alright, let's get out of here. I need to get back to grinding. Oh, sorry. There you are. Hi, it's me, Ewok Templar. You may notice, this is a visor. It doesn't have a top. That's the heat vent. I don't know why I need to tell you about that. Have you heard about visors? These hats that don't have tops? Crazy. I can block out the sun while keeping the top of my head cool. It's this new invention. It's totally cool. You guys should get into it. Thank you all who came out today. Thank you our future people come back to watch these old episodes. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that like button, keep on posting. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all take it easy.